All right, guys, welcome back to another video. This is going to be a good one. I think you're going to enjoy this. I think last year I actually created this framework. I've updated it to add a few more little pieces to the pie. Okay, so what you see here in front of you, as it explains here in the title, is how to build and scale your direct-to-consumer brand online to multiple millions in revenue. Okay, and now the first thing I just want to clarify is that this is absolutely possible, but this will be of no use to you right now if you do not have a product that's actually in demand, that's actually selling pretty decently at the moment. Okay. And that it's scalable too. Okay. So it's not just a very niche kind of product. You want to be able to sell to the masses. So this is very doable. This is a framework that you can absolutely copy and use in your own business, whether it's direct to consumer brands or CPG brands or something like that as well. So the current situation, I'll just sort of zoom in here into these elements here, and I'll talk to you about all of this. So yeah, if you can just see here, so I'll just zoom in here. So the current situation, your brand is doing anywhere between 200 and 300,000 in revenue per year, and you're stuck with this revenue range. I think this sort of framework, these kind of elements to include in your marketing over the year is definitely going to help you build a lot more brand awareness, a lot more customers, higher transaction values, building out lifetime value. Okay. Scaling to new kind of geolocations. All right. Encouraging user generated content using other influential people to actually promote your brand. Okay. And because I say these figures of 2 or 300,000 per year, this should be you should be in a position at this point in your brand to invest into the money that's going to pay for good content, pay for good ad creative, pay for good media buying, pay for good management of your marketing funnel, which is basically acquiring a customer at profit and you know repeat selling to that customer over time to build out lifetime value. And by doing all these things primarily, you should be hitting a desired outcome then of like where you're looking to drastically scale the brand's customer orders. You're gonna do that through this system here. You're also gonna increase the actual transactional values that you are getting from your customers, and then you're getting them to sort of repeat purchase over time, which is of course going to build out lifetime value. Okay, so let's get into the beginnings here. I'll just scroll into the middle here. So the whole idea is just primarily these funnels, these pillars are what you need to establish. Okay, you need to be acquiring brand awareness and attention. Okay, to get people aware of what you're doing. Okay, as a brand, what sort of products are you selling? What sort of desired outcomes are you trying to achieve for your market? Okay, and you need to get plenty of attention because we're definitely in the attention economy. Online, there is a lot of content creators that make some very nice, beautiful content. I've explained this in previous videos as well. And they're all about sort of getting attention, but they're not getting the attention that actually is going to convert. So you're going to need to be aware of that. But you need awareness, you need brand awareness, you need attention, because attention is to be able to acquire attention and nurture that attention is very valuable as you grow this brand of yours. Okay, so that's what you're going to do first. As I said before, you got to nurture that as well. You do that through content. You do that through other means, which I'll explain now in a moment. And then you can sort of use media buying to sort of scale out the customer acquisition of your brand. And like I said, email marketing here as well, which is going to help with your customer retention. And using SMS as well if you're actually acquiring phone contact information as well from your customers. Okay, so you're going to have that sort of omni-channel approach, which is yeah, advisable for sure. So if you look at here, these like all these, this is not like a starting point. These are things that you can be doing at the start, these bits here. But you could also be going straight into ads as well. It all really depends, okay? But you should be you should be sort of using these pillars here and these elements all throughout your marketing. So gamification is a brilliant one, which I like to do. It's not expensive to get going, and if you are at point where you are at the sort of 200 or 300,000 a year, you've got a customer base already, you've got a lead base already, you've got some attention, and you can use that attention to sort of grow more attention and get more eyeballs on what you're doing. So gamification is a great way of doing this. This is all about running giveaways. It's all about running contests, challenges, that kind of thing. Anything that you can sort of do to acquire brand awareness, but you're gamifying people's behaviors. Okay, so you're rewarding them for things that you want them to do. So this delivers multiple things. It delivers more awareness. Okay, it delivers more followers on social media, for example. It gets more attention and engagement, which is important too, because you need to be getting not just attention but the engagement on your platforms. So the social media platforms can they get a picture of, if there's a lot of engagement on certain posts that you have, then it's telling the algorithms that, hey, this is a brand that's, you know, getting a lot of engagement. So we've got to make sure that we're giving their followers more of the posts that they are publishing over time. Okay, so that's great, of course. And now how long this will last, I'm not too sure. Okay, but there'll be a way of changing that around. But yeah, so this also delivers more products, more sales on your products. It delivers user generated content. You can do that obviously from the people who are engaging with your giveaway. This is a great way of generating user generated content, and it's going to obviously as well, which is a great thing, deliver more email subscribers in the form of leads, which you can eventually nurture over time as you sort of build out campaigns there. Okay. Now, this is one of the services that we use and actually kind of take care of sometimes for brands when they want, you know, this done for them. So it's not just one service that we'll offer. We'll kind of introduce the idea of like, hey, look, we're running these ads and we're getting good conversions here and it's profitable. I think we should maybe run, because there's a certain thing that's happening this month. I think we should maybe use gamification marketing to basically just have a bit of fun. Okay. And with the lead base and your social media followings and your customer base and the whole lot, and let's just kind of run this campaign for fun, but benefiting both the customer and the participant, and also the brand as well. So we take care of things like the offer creation. Offer, as with most things, your offer is going to attract or determine how successful a lot of the time your campaign is going to be. So a good offer is important. We also do the campaign setup. We do the promotion and the management of the campaign. We do the reporting and we generate the results. Okay, so try that out. Gamification is definitely something that I would encourage you to do. There's a great article. I might actually leave it in one of the comments below in the video here. But Jane, I think it's Jane.com. They're a huge retailer in the States. They use gamification a lot to build out email lists, attention, that kind of thing. They're very successful with it, and they're like, you know, a 9-figure brand. That's just part of their gamification marketing. So influencer marketing, a lot of people use this as well, of course, where you're out basically generating contacts that are influencers in your space. If you're in the cosmetics beauty space, you're selling makeup or something like that, you're getting in touch with multiple influencers and you're saying, hey, we'll do a promotion together, and you know, we'll for every you can do it multiple ways, but one of the ways that you can do it is like, we'll give you 20% on every sale that you generate if you use your affiliate link here. But what the influencer will do, if they really like the product, the branding, they think it's a good fit for their audience, they will obviously go out and promote your product because they think that there's going to be money to be made. So it's very much a win-win situation for the customer, the influencer, and you as the brand. Because even though you're giving a good, let's say, for example, a good commission percentage in the initial sale, if you have a very good lifetime value over time, you've got them now as a customer, and you can sort of resell to them through your own social media platforms, through your own email lists, and that kind of thing as well. So, but like essentially, influencer marketing, it's going to generate more awareness, brand awareness again, more followers, more attention and engagement, more sales, and more user generated content. Because the other thing that you can do as well is actually use influencers to not only help you generate sales, but they'll actually create content for you as well, which is brilliant for your organic strategy as well as your paid ads as well. Okay. So again, this is something that we take care of from time to time, where we can access, depending on the client itself, okay, and the space that they're playing in. But we would have a list of an access to a network of influencers. We can do the influencer sourcing, create the campaign, uh, setup and management, the offer creation, of course, as well, as I mentioned before, which is highly important, and the campaign reporting and generating results using influencer marketing. Okay. So great way to acquire attention, brand awareness for sure. Okay. Then you're going to be nurturing this awareness and attention, okay, to generate more sales and stuff. And there's a few ways that you can sort of do this through further retention. I'll just explain here at the moment. Okay, so content marketing. Okay, you want to be generating content from the very beginning. You want to be explaining how your product is changing from the current situation that your customers are facing, and the sort of desired outcomes, the change of the transformation that your product is delivering on. Okay, so you got to create a lot of content around that, and that's quite a complex sort of subject. I'd be here forever if I was to talk about the content marketing, but it's something I can do in another video. But everything from user generated content down to like how the brand creates content and the different angles that you use to basically create awareness, nurture your audience, that kind of thing. So again, as I said, what it delivers on really again is brand awareness, but also nurturing your audience. More attention and engagement as well, okay, because good content is going to nurture and influence and engage your audience. Opportunities to make sales from your content as well. Obviously, your audience that is engaging and consuming your content is going to become a lot more educated into the desired outcomes that your product is delivering on, and helps them understand what your product does. Okay. Also, sometimes we take care of this as well. Content marketing, again, it's content direction and ideas. So we would kind of know what's actually working in terms of conversion. I mentioned this earlier on in the video, where you can create a lot of content and not actually really get anywhere, because content really at the end of the day it's not just brand awareness. You want it to do a conversion of some sort, and the end goal really is to make the sale. And whilst a lot of content can look very pretty and stuff like that, it doesn't actually really convert, okay, into the sale, which is what you want to be doing. So we would give direction on that. Also creating content calendars as well, which is very useful, and access again to our network of user generated content. Another content strategy for sure, this is something that I've updated here as well, is press releases, something that we're getting into, okay, but highly important when a brand is mentioned in press release. Like if it's mentioned in industry publications, you can leverage the authority of these credible publications, and you can have that installed in your product pages or your homepage, even in your advertising as well, which is hugely important. It sort of builds out that sort of social proof, which is really, really helpful to, with conversion. And yeah, great strategy, great strategy indeed for your ads, of course, and your organic content. Brilliant for building sort of more brand awareness and relationship nurturing as well, because people are actually reading about your brand. Maybe it's a founder story, maybe it's a new product that you're putting out into the market, but something that's you're being mentioned in an industry publication, which is really, at the end of the day, although you're getting that awareness, it's great to be mentioned in those publications because you seem to be deemed as important. That's the whole goal. So press releases are something that if you can get a hold of and be successful in, it's great as part of your overall long-term sort of strategy for generating sales. And a lot of things, people, I know a lot of brands don't really do this, but this is something we always encourage as well, is to actually create a Facebook group. Okay, it's just a channel you can use to help nurture your audience. Okay, It's another spike in the wheel where it's not just your email list or your paid ads or your own social profiles, but actually using a group, Facebook group, to you can spread more of your content that way. Again, if you just look at here, it's great for brand awareness and relationship nurturing. Again, it's just another avenue or another channel that you can use to stay in touch with your audience, essentially. Okay. Making more sales. Also great for customer research and product development. So you could be like sharing an idea with your audience and they can actually be giving you votes based on what they think. Okay. And it's all very much social proof. People comment what they like, what they don't like about what you're doing. And it's huge intelligence and very helpful intelligence as well when you're doing product development or any sort of like customer research. So it's a great, like, that whole group really sort of helps you to they guide you into the direction of good product development or any kind of research that you're looking to achieve with them. There's great feedback there. So moving on, then you can look into, or as part of the strategy course, is to go to do your paid media for customer acquisition and even scaling out, of course, as well. Now, obviously Meta, which is Facebook, Instagram. You can use Google as well. Google's like search or shopping, even YouTube as well is something that we're definitely encouraging a lot as well. It's, again, these channels are fantastic for your customer acquisition, but even retention as well, which is done through retargeting. So by all means, when you have money to invest into this and you're looking to build millions in your brand, then I highly suggest that you're using these sort of channels here because they're just going to infinitely grow your business. If you are creating content and you're putting content out onto these platforms organically, you're only going to get a certain amount of reach. Okay. But if you work with these platforms and you actually pay to acquire the attention from these platforms and you know what you're doing, okay, your advertising can really help benefit your brand in terms of more customer sales, more customer acquisition, and essentially retention. So highly recommend that if your ambition is to sort of scale your brand out into the millions and it has that potential to do so, you're going to have to use these channels here. Okay. It's predictable and profitable and consistent as well, because like I said before, if you're actually paying to acquire their attention, they're going to give you that attention. And if your advertising is smart, you're gonna make a return on that. Okay. So we obviously would look after these things as well for brands. Again, from campaign setup to the offer creation, the creative direction. Sometimes when we'll either help create the ads or we'll give direction on to their in-house team sometimes on what to actually create as content that we know is actually going to convert for the market that they play in. Okay. Ad copy as well. As I said, sometimes we do the creative design, the audience targeting, and any kind of consultation as well in terms of actually helping to increase the average order value or the conversion rate, because if you can increase those metrics, you're going to make your advertising more profitable, okay, and better ROI. So that is that. Email marketing and SMS is the last sort of pillar here, okay? Email marketing and SMS to build out your lifetime value and your profits, okay? Email is, and SMS, by the way, are fantastic conversion channels. You've already paid and earned the trust from your prospect that they've now turned into a customer from like your organic strategies, but also your advertising as well, your paid media. And they know, like, and trust you, hopefully that you've delivered a really good experience, customer journey experience, and that they've got the desired outcomes that they're looking for. So email marketing, if you've other things to sell them that's going to give them an enhanced desired outcome, by all means do so. Email's a lot cheaper to convert because they know, like, and trust you, but it's actually a lot cheaper as well to actually send email. So you can do that through your customers, also through your leads. But yeah, more sales and more repeat purchases at lower conversion costs, like I just mentioned before. These are one of the benefits to email marketing. Again, more brand awareness, more relationship nurturing, which is so important. It just keeps your customers and leads top of mind, which is highly important, and it builds out the profits and the lifetime value of your brand as well. And this is a service we definitely help with. Okay, from email flows like your welcome, abandoned carts, your browse abandonment, gamification campaigns sometimes, okay, content campaigns, promotional and sales campaigns, management of email deliverability. Okay, you got to make sure that you're managing that correctly, and A/B split testing, as well as maximizing the actual ROI on these campaigns. A gold mine, people don't realize that whether you've generated leads, depending on the campaigns that you're running, but when you're generating leads and they're actually good leads and your customer base is there, you can really grow fantastically well using email. Sometimes we actually work with brands. We would encourage for them to generate more customers through, as I said, paid media. But sometimes what we do to kickstart things off is we actually use their email, okay, lists, and we try to just sort of improve on that first. And all the profits then that we sort of make, the brand is then a bit more confident to actually then install some money into their acquisition. So we help maximize this out first because they're not doing a good enough job. And we then use customer acquisition once there's cash flow that comes in. So, but yeah, absolutely, email and SMS marketing are highly important to the development of a brand. Using email, building out reviews on the likes of Trustpilot or other reputable sources online. Okay. What's good about this? It delivers more trust and authority. If you've got a lot of reviews that are positive, mostly, for example, on the likes of Trustpilot, you're going to, that obviously is going to enhance the trust and the authority and the credibility of your brand. Okay, it's also a great way of research intelligence. This, like we spoke about there with the actual Facebook group, where you can acquire research and intelligence on maybe product development or things that you're kind of thinking about doing. But there's also a lot of nuggets of gold as well in why, because people will actually explain why they liked or didn't like the product, and that is a great way for customer research and even ad creative as well. And it helps to improve the sales conversion rate on the funnel on your website, because if you've got like the badge of Trustpilot and it says that you're a 4 point whatever and you've got like hundreds of reviews, it's showing again that you're very much a trusted source in the marketplace, and that is just going to help to increase your conversion rate. Okay, again, we do this through email. We can set up campaigns where we are able to generate you more reviews from your customer base. Okay, and we do this through the campaign setup. We set up email flows and campaign structures, and we are able to sort of deliver on the campaign reporting as well as delivering the results. Okay, but definitely using your email, your customer base, generating more reviews on the likes of Trustpilot is only going to help your brand down the line. Okay. And then lastly, referral programs, which sometimes I notice that brands aren't necessarily running because maybe they think they're focusing too much on the acquisition, okay, and they're not really focusing on what they actually have now in terms of leads and customers and brand advocates that they have, and using email to help promote a referral program. And by the way, you can use this with ads as well on certain audiences too, but you can definitely start out with email marketing here. Referral programs are like some of the easiest ways to sort of make money, because if you have a base of people as already that know, like, and trust you, they will tell their friends and family about you. And what this delivers on is more customers at a lower cost per acquisition, because they are spreading the word to their friends and family, and friends and family are trusting their what they say about your brand. They probably have experienced, or your product has already been spoken about in a positive light to their friends and family. And if there is an incentive for somebody that's referring you business, and the person that's actually you know purchasing from you for the first time from that referral If they can both get some sort of like an incentivized offer, then they're both going to convert, and this is just going to generate more sales, higher average order values, more brand advocates promoting your business, and increased conversion rates. And all you got to do is just set up a good referral program campaign, email marketing campaign as well, and you're going to see the results. This is again something that we will do for clients when we're looking after the email side of things. Okay, where we'll again, it's the campaign setup, the campaign management, the reporting, and delivering of the results. Okay, so that, guys, is all I've got to say today on this subject. I hope that's been very helpful. As I said, these are the main pillars here in terms of building out a brand that is already at that sort of maybe 200,000 or 300,000 a year. Okay, you can be lower, but I mean, the reason why I say this is because there's already definitely a proof of concept there. So therefore, I would invest more. You've already got what appears to be a good product or products that the marketplace is certainly purchasing from you, and they're getting the desired outcomes. Now you can actually go ahead and start to, invest into paid media to really ramp up your customer base. Okay. And also your email. Okay, to build out the sort of retention. You can get customer reviews, you can nurture both leads and customers, get them to purchase. The referral program. Okay, you can invest into money. You can invest some of your marketing budget into the likes of the press release mentions, which I mentioned before, which are great for the likes of leveraging off credible publications. Okay, which can only help in your organic strategy as well as your paid ads. Influencer marketing, having money to pay influencers to talk about your product and actually sell your product, whether that's selling via commission maybe structure, or paying them to talk about your brand, or paying through user generated content, for example. Okay, because the more that you can get people to talk about your brand and how good it is, and the problems and the desired outcomes that your brand generates that are not part of your brand. So the influencers, for example, when they've got these audiences and they come across your product and they can actually talk about how good your product is to their audience, that's a lot more of a trusted sort of marketing way of generating sales than say coming from the brand itself. Okay, so that's sort of third party sort of influence, which really helps. And then, like I said, gamification at the very start of the video too. Very fun way of just engaging with your audience, but really helps to sort of build out the brand awareness, the following, more email subscribers, and generating sales, and generally giving a good positive light to your actual brand by gamifying marketing. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to leave it at that, guys. I hope that was helpful. And if you are at that revenue range here at the moment, and you're looking to, acquire obviously more customers, you're looking to increase your transaction values, you're looking to build out the lifetime value, and you're looking to basically generate multiple millions from a product that you think is serving you well so far, okay, and has that potential to scale, okay, then I would highly recommend that you get in touch with us. I'll leave a link underneath the video here to actually book in a call, okay, and talk to one of our growth advisors here. And let's just see, by doing a little bit of studying of your brand, if it's got the potential to do that. And if it does, then we'll recommend some sort of a plan to get started. We could be doing things like going straight into media buying, or we might look at the email marketing structure that you have, and maybe go with that first. But these would be the two primary solutions that we have, okay, for customer acquisition and retention. And then we can obviously in time include things like a gamification marketing or influencer marketing, maybe a referral program that you need to be either implementing because you haven't, or improving on, getting more for the likes of example, Trustpilot reviews as well, which can only help with the credibility of your brand as well. So there's various things that we do over time. We might start off with one thing, but encourage to do other things. That's why we are a growth partner, because we include these things over time with brands. So that's it, guys. Thanks for your attention today. I hope that was helpful, and see you in the next video. Take care.